Trump and watermelons. So, everybody has heard about Trumpity Trump. This is what he puts down in his tweet. This bloated turd is so out of his league with all this nonsense. Jack Smith is going to clean his clock, and I am here for it all. This is what he posts. After the judge tells him, and he properly agrees to it, not to engage in any kind of discussion with anyone about the case without an attorney present, being told not to threaten anybody, not to do anything untoward to anybody where it comes to his spot in this case. And this is what he tweets. If you go after me, I'm coming after you. Yay! Where was I? Stop calling them conservatives and call them what they are, extremists. They chose Trump over America. They're a threat to our democracy, and they're still in office. Happy National Watermelon Day! It's National Watermelon Day. I didn't know that. I have been eating watermelon like crazy past couple of weeks, which brings me to something really interesting when it comes to all of this conservative alt-right fucktard bullshit. But first, I want to go over some more tweets. So, if I got arraigned on federal charges and the judge said to me, no more crime shit or you'll go straight to jail, and I immediately get on a social media app and start threatening the people prosecuting me, I'm pretty sure my ass would be in jail right now. But what do I know? What an inspiring, unifying slogan for 2024. Ooh, Trump's lawyer says he wants the January 6th trial to be televised. Excellent. Let's do this and show the world what justice looks like. Oh boy. Donald Trump already caught tampering with some dude named Jerry. God, he could not have said it better. Okay. This is going to be my excuse when I throw rocks covered in dog shit at him. Holy shit. Grandpa is golfing. How to talk to your kids about prison. Okay, so anyway, the shit with the watermelon. Oh no, you mean I might have to support local growers? The horror. Just FYI, watermelon can grow anywhere, virtually anytime. This guy wants to ban the export of watermelons to blue states. National Watermelon Day, recipes, facts, and more. Considering that watermelons grow in red states, we should start fighting the Marxists by not shipping them to blue states any longer. If we can boycott Bud Light, we can boycott blue states just as easily. Start with watermelons and expand slowly. Ah, so, like blue states can boycott you by not sending them our fucking money anymore. We could totally do that. Since red states are mostly funded by states like mine and our tax dollars. Did somebody tell him that California is one of the 3 largest watermelon growers in the U.S.? The largest is Florida, but I wonder how many of their crops will actually be harvested without cheap migrant labor. The left was already not buying Budweiser because it's garbage. Okay, I don't want to hear anything. Don't want to hear anything about how, one beer is better than the other. Ooh. Maybe we should remind American Patriot where their red state money comes from. Whoops. There we go. Ooh, not a lot of followers here. And of course, big ass Trump follower. Look at this. He's been using American flags with swastikas in them. Marxist left Democrats called us Nazis for years. I wonder why. Look, American Patriot, you just wanted an excuse to post that ugly ass flag, didn't you? Your bullshit boycott of crappy beer did practically nothing. But I know of one that will hit you where it hurts. I didn't know that California was one of the major melon growers in the United States either. I had no idea. But it makes sense. Actually, wait a minute. I'm in New York, and I think we grow watermelons. Who's winning this fight? Magneto versus Iron Man. Did you forget what Magneto's superpower is? Bro, he's made of iron, not metal. Oh my god! Florida has one of the worst teacher shortages in America. I don't know. I wonder why that could be. Let's read Redditor comments. And doctors as well. My mother lives in Florida and cannot get an appointment anywhere because all of them are leaving. State is pushing everyone out, and all that will be left are sick old boomers and Kid Rock. Louisiana has passed so many laws targeting LGBTQ folk. A gay doctor who specialized in pediatric heart conditions, one of only 3 specialists in the state, is gone. And all the conservatives are screaming about how selfish and evil he is. You all dug your grave, now you can fucking lie in it. The brain drain in the southern states is very real. Oh, that's a shame. That's really, really shameful. I feel so horrible. Guess maybe you'll have to move out of state. And that really sucks. That really sucks. Now imagine if your state told you that you could not leave the state with your children to get proper heart surgery or care with heart problems. Because the doctor, who is one of the only specialists in the state working on that kind of thing, is gay. When you tell women they can't leave the state for abortions, when you tell women you want to keep them prisoner in the state because you don't want them going somewhere else to get the help they need because you find it wrong, and then have the unmitigated gall to tell a man who is gay, by the way, somebody you would like to deny all manner of rights and medical care and whatever he needs, you want to deny somebody like him what he's entitled to as far as even basic human rights go. He up and takes off out of your state because of the bullshit you're pulling on other people. You have the gall to call him selfish and evil. Just leave the state. Nobody is telling you that he's gone from everywhere. You'll just have to leave the state for your child to get the heart health care that he or she needs. Just go elsewhere for your help. They don't think about it. It's such a sweet irony, but it's lost on them. Do 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 do. It's a shame. What part of mail-in ballot don't they understand? No real election looks like this. Everyone knows it. This is an algorithm. I can't even see that fucking chart. What the hell does it say? This is an interesting claim. I support it being brought up in court. Wait, it was? Every judge threw it out? And those judges included Trump appointees? And there's still literally no actual evidence? This guy told his voters not to use mail-in ballots. So when the mail-in ballots overwhelmingly broke for the other guy, in many states, they passed laws that mail-in ballots couldn't be counted when they were received and had to be counted with all the rest. They literally planned this. Correct. He knew he was headed for losing, planted the seed, and repeatedly that mail-ins couldn't be trusted, so he could dispute them later. And his team forced their counting to be delayed until last. Okay. The goal is not only to make a predictable late Democratic surge look suspicious to low-info voters, but also to create a scenario where he could publicly proclaim victory as soon as he took a lead, but before those mail-in votes were counted. Basically planning to force Biden to dispute a Trump victory that never existed. Nice point. I didn't even give a shit about that. I just remember millions more in popular votes for Hillary, and all the right seems to forget about this. Conveniently have forgotten about it. But when those popular votes were pouring in for Hillary Clinton, Trump had a fucking fit, went on and on about the Electoral College, how he hated it, how they were in cahoots with the Democrats, how they were going to rig the election. Everybody seems to forget about this. What did Hillary have over Trump? 3.2 million more votes over Trump, and all that was left was for the Electoral College to do their thing, and Trump wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. I think back then he was really fucking nervous. He was really scared because the Electoral College would be the only thing that could help him at that point. And it did. It's because of that Electoral College that he got in. Now that was a scam against American voters. That was a scam against Hillary Clinton. That was a scam against the Democrats, the left as a whole, against all of America. The people had spoken. It actually wasn't even really close. It wasn't like we needed the Electoral College as some kind of a tiebreaker or anything. She had over 3 million more votes than he did. And he just wouldn't stop crying and whining and complaining about the Electoral College. And it's because of that college that he ended up getting in. When it was overwhelmingly against him, in the hearts and the minds of the voters, the American people. Never said another word about the Electoral College since. And everybody on the right collectively just forgot about it. They never said a word, never mentioned anything about the Electoral College again. Republicans are drowning immigrants, talking about slitting people's throats, saying slavery was good for black people, threatening to arrest pregnant women for leaving their state, waging war on LGBTQ community and inciting an insurrection, yet they remain politically viable. How? How will Trump get a fair trial for treason? Treason is unpopular there. Ew. Fox News is freaking out about Biden's newest video where he sips from a dark Brandon mug. That's actually a really dark joke at the expense of the American public. Brandon is not a compliment. Like I put on Twitter. I don't give a fuck what they call it now. That's why he's drinking out of the damn mug. From you, it's a compliment. From you, he drinks out of a mug with his own photo on it. He'll wear that name Brandon like a badge of honor. How does it feel? How does it feel to be outsmarted and outclassed once again? You stupid fuckwits. I don't get it. I don't get it. We made that up to bully him. Why does he have a mug with a dark Brandon picture on it? Why is he smiling when he drinks it? That's not supposed to happen. Go back to the 6th grade, please. It's a compliment coming from you. That's all it is, and that's all it ever was. All of us love the dark Brandon meme. We love it. We all have our own mugs, our own t-shirts, our own stickers. And there he is, drinking from that mug with his own face on it and the name Brandon on it. Because that's one hell of an awesome nickname. That's how you fucking own it. Go on once more about how senile he is. This is what owning your ass looks like. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Yeah. Deranged Jack Smith. Bad guy. He's a deranged sick person. He's trying to get his pretrial release revoked, isn't he? We ride or die with Trump. Yep. That's the ride you're on. Good luck. That's the ride you're gonna die on. These people will defend the ship as it's sinking. They just don't get it. Whoops. Sorry. One of the investors in Sound of Freedom, the Christian propaganda film, which promotes right wing QAnon conspiracy theories surrounding child trafficking, was arrested for child kidnapping. Every accusation is a confession. The Onion. What is this? Trump asked judge to throw out case so as not to ruin future swimming career. Ah! Can he swim? I mean, I remember seeing a thing about Biden and his wife chilling on a beach while, he was on his way to be arraigned, but would you watch this podcast? No, we have enough. We have enough podcasts with, a bunch of dumbass dipshits sitting around a table bitching about all the other people they hate. So, ew. Alexei Navalny has just been sentenced to 19 years in a Russian prison. If you go after our democracy is coming after you. What are you up to? Tweeting about Trump getting arrested. This sort of thing doesn't happen every day. Well, this year it's happening every day. LOL, I'ma tweet that. Asking a maggot to read an indictment is like asking the sun to rise in the west. It ain't gonna happen. I love Liam Neeson. Neeson. Ooh. You just know you want to buy some poorly designed and marketed t-shirts and coffee cups. Ted Cruz lies to you. What else is new? We didn't revoke his passport and now he's fled to Al-Capsistan. I will not intimidate witnesses nor prosecutors. Do it. What a dumb asshole. Okay, that's enough of that. Pelosi says, when I saw Trump coming out of his car, I saw a scared puppy. Don't, please, don't ruin this by comparing Trump to something innocent and cute. Don't do it. When all else fails, these evil bastards will try to appeal to your sense of humanity, your good nature. You can't let it happen. Ah! Banks have the right to disassociate themselves from right wing Nazis. You can barter corn cobs to survive, you dumb bumpkins. What's this? Aw. Hamilton County, Chattanooga Moms for Liberty got kicked off of Nextdoor for being a hate group. This is the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Hell yes, go fuck yourselves, you dumb Nazi housewives. Ooh. Libs of TikTok put mom and son are now father and daughter. Really sad. Explain to me exactly why this is sad, you dumb fucking fascists. I want to hear it in your own dumb words. Looking through replies, not one dumb maggot can explain to me why. Pretty sure they're going to say God told them to be sad. I've got to go over this chick someday. That's all this girl does, Bex. She goes over every single right wing, conservative, Republican, Christo fascist idiot like this one. Big smile on his face. Such a great and wonderful guy. Youth pastor, I'll assume. Florida Baptist pastor, Kyle Robinson, arrested for the continuous rape of a child. They're all the same, and not one of them is a drag queen. And that's what she posts. I've got to go over her entire Twitter one of these days. Just in the span of one broadcast, I'd like to count down how many of these MAGA, right, conservative, Christo fascist, most of them religious leader scumbags every day are being caught, arrested, tried, and convicted for targeting and harming children. Because, of course, that's what they like to accuse other people of doing. Because, as we're all familiar with by now, every right-wing accusation is a confession. Not a drag queen phenomenon again. Sound of Freedom funder charged with child kidnapping. Yuppers. Oh, headline brought to you by the National Institute of Inevitability with help from the Friends of Irony Foundation. Curb stomp fascism wherever it grows, my muchachos. Oh, what is Randy Quaid arrested for? Lives under a highway overpass. You know, Cousin Eddie, what the hell happened to you? Maybe if there were more National Lampoon's movies, he wouldn't have ended up this way. That's something I notice about a lot of these right wing freaks, and I know a few in my own life, that they reach a certain age and everything just goes to hell for them. And that's when this shit starts. That's when the religious freakery starts. That's when the hatred of other groups starts. That's when the criminal behavior starts. That's when the mind, it's like a disconnect starts to formulate there. This gap between logic and being a nutcase gets, it's like a drop off, is what I mean. A drop off in logic and sanity, and it just gets worse and worse the older they get. This is what's happening with him. It happens with a lot of these people. It's happening with people that I know and are close to. And they don't take a moment to think about it. Why all of a sudden are you spouting Christo-fascist nonsense? Why is religion all of a sudden such a big part of every goddamn conversation? And what is with this hatred you have? I had no idea you felt or thought this way about this group or that group or these people. And it's like, what the hell has happened? I can't be around you. I don't want you around people I know because you say dumb shit and you think stupid fucking shit. And where did it come from? It just happens with these people. All the religious crap starts, and the hating starts, and the drop off, the loss of sanity begins. And I don't know what it is. I think it's because there comes a point in their life where everything just turns to shit. With Cousin Eddie over here. I adored Randy Quaid growing up. I don't know anybody who didn't love Randy Quaid. Cousin Eddie. I loved him in all the movies he did in the 80s and the early 90s, and he seemed like a great guy with a great sense of humor, and now look at him. I think it's because his life just went to shit. Somewhere after the 90s, he wasn't getting work anymore. Chevy Chase wasn't doing any more Griswold movies or something, and maybe it just got to him. And that's why all this crap started. I'm taking an educated guess because, like I said, I've got people in my own life who have started a change for the worst. And I think this is where it seriously comes from. Their life one day goes completely to shit. And rather than help themselves, rather than try to make amends, look for something better in their life, try to do something better for themselves in their lives, they just would rather sit on their asses at home. And then they start watching Fox News and listening to horrible podcasts of people confirming their biases, confirming their hate, making them feel like it's okay to be miserable. It's okay to blame your problems on everybody else. It's okay to be a piece of shit, essentially. And then one feeds into the other constantly, and you end up like this. You end up like the people I know in my life going through something like this. They just get worse and worse and worse as the months and years go on, and you hear more religious shit and more Trump shit and more right-wing shit, and soon they're spending every hour of their day watching Fox News and OANN and listening to people with podcasts and independent news stations justify them for their thoughts and their behavior, which is just, it's something that they don't need encouragement with. They're already on a decline mentally, emotionally, and this shit does not help them at all. And they get to a point where they're intolerable. You can't talk to them anymore. You can't stand to be in their presence anymore. You don't want to expose other people you know and love to their horseshit anymore. And I'm just saying, I think, I'm sure everybody knows somebody in their life who is a Trumper or a Q freak or a religious freak. And you could probably pinpoint the moment it started getting bad. In my case, I see that it started getting bad. It started getting bad when bad things happened in their life. Then it was downhill from there. And it just kept getting worse as time went on. I don't know. I don't want to say who or go into major details or anything. I don't know. Maybe if I get some more people in the chat box, I could go over it in better detail. Or I'd like to hear from others. I'd really love to hear from others how organized religion and hatred and misogyny and racism and anti-Semitism and QAnon and all these right-wing pundits and just horrible fucking people had a hand in making your friends and loved ones into horrible people or exacerbating their problems, keeping them from improving their lives because they turned to this shit once their lives went to shit. I don't know. Anyway, happy Watermelon Day. I'm sure if you went on Twitter, you enjoyed the little Trump in a watermelon picture I used. I will be playing more World War Z tonight after I charge my controller. Mwah. I'll see you guys.